Yo, what's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. What's popping? Yeah, had a full day of trading. Really didn't get a lot done. Didn't actually execute any trades. I mean, didn't close out any trades. But yeah, and they ended up okay. Uh, really don't have none to talk about. I mean, I got a lot to talk about, but really don't have much to talk about. Essentially, if there was anything just trying to do barf. Um, so what is up with the day trading? What is up with the day trading? What's going on with that? We're trying to be, again, Michael Douglas. We're trying, what is going on with that? So this is what I was kind of trying to explain why I'm trying to take a little time. I'm trying to expertise or get better at this trading. Just real quick, I'll just touch on it real quick. So, uh, not knocking any job or anything at all. I'm not. You could have a job. You could trade your stocks. You could have your 401k. You could have your real estate. You could have your side hustle. You could have a small business. However you want to do it. The reason why I'm just passionate about the financial industry. I've always been interested in finances. I've always kind of like numbers. Um, I just have a good time with it. Just a little backstory. As a little youngin, I was and still am kind of wild, and I just wanted to find something that I was interested in that could occupy my time, be productive. I could help people. Um, so it was actually my pop that um, introduced me to the stock market one day. He just sat me down and he was like, "I want to show you something." So as I got older, you grow up in a metropolitan area, or even if you grow up not in a metropolitan area, in whatever, you do have your go getters or your hustlers or whatever. I really don't like the term hustler because hustler, in my personal opinion, means a deal that's gone bad. Somebody lost, somebody won. So that's why I say we got young entrepreneurs out there, young business people who are hopefully doing good business. Eventually, hustlers will get found out. Um, so you see the hustlers out there, whether it's at the basketball court or at the parties or even at your job. The hustlers are at the jobs too. You can fake like every company don't got they corporate gigolo or the corporate cocaine provider. They're in every company. That's why hustlers get jobs. One to front. Uh, Wondering where they're getting this extra money from. Oh, I got a job. And then two, it's almost like having a corner. You know what I'm saying? You let people know at the job, hey, I got the cocaine, and everybody comes to you. You know what I'm saying? At that corporation, guaranteed, you're not going to lose your job anytime soon. Um, so you see that going on. You don't know exactly how much these people make, but they're bringing in thousands of dollars. Um, while at the same time you're bringing in uh you know whatever it is, 10, 15, 20, $30 an hour, 45, $50 an hour, whatever it is. So there's other ways to go about it, to make your money without having to start hustling or whatever it is, trapping, whatever you want to call it. So that's one reason why I get really interested in the stock market and try to do my research. Got to do research on bonds. I've been hearing that the bond market is going crazy. So, for example, I'll just do a quick rundown. I'm not going to spend too much time. I just felt like I spent majority of the day doing what I would call my bum rush, where a lot of people call me Bum. That's another name for me. Chan is one name. Chan Man, Channy, Channy Chan, Chan Chan, and another name is Bum. I've been told I look like Samuel L. Jackson in Black Snake Moan, or I look like Red Fox. So I've and I've also fallen asleep on park benches. So a lot of people call me Bum. That's another name. So that's what, and whenever I'm trading stocks, it feels like a rush. It feels like when 4 o'clock comes and I hear that evening bell, I'm just like, what the? That went so fast, and I didn't get anything accomplished. I feel like I just wasted my whole day, and I'm being a bum, and everybody can sit there and laugh and say, look at you, get a job, So I get a job, right? I get a job. I'll probably making $70,000 annually or $80,000. I don't make a lot of money. Never really have. So what I'm trying to do is change shit up. All right. So something that's very important to me is planning for my future. I'm not saying that I'm a milestone baby. Oh, I got to go to college, and after college, I got to get married, and then at this age, I got to get a child, and at this age, I got to get a house or whatever, and then I got to get divorced, then I got to get married again, and then I got to buy a casket, and then I got to die. I'm not on that, but I am slightly on the future is coming, like winter, like what I'm saying? Winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think about the future. The future is coming. When I was younger, I didn't really think too much about the future. I was just living for today, living in the moment. And then next thing you know, I hit 16. And I'm like, shit, 16 came. Then I hit 25. Then I hit 32. And now I'm mid 30s. I'm 36. And this shit just keeps happening. I'm like, slow down. You know what I'm saying? And I say, okay, I can't just keep going to a job, working the job, not getting paid decent wages, getting terminated for being black. I mean, for being unproductive, and then all the various corporate politics that they have, feeling stagnant, just various things. So, in a way of kind of doing my own trap, literally, this podcast conversation I have could literally be called something else, called like the Wall Street Trapper. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, it could be called Trapaholics or something. You know what I'm saying? Where we come on here and just be trying to trade. Because essentially, that's kind of the same mindset. I'm like, okay, so let's say I go to a job and let's say I make $80,000, right? Let's even say I make 90,000. I got 80,000 on the salary, and then I got or I got 80,000 in the salary. Then I got another 10K coming in my 401k. And forget the bonus and everything. Let's just say 90,000. So the 90,000. So typically, the amount of hours, if you know anybody in HR or in, who handles the money and everything, they know all this stuff. So typically, it's 2,080 work hours in a year. You work 40-hour weeks. Typically, you work 8 hours a day, 5 times a week. Now, if you for real, be honest to yourself. If I'm honest with myself, in the last 4 years when I was working, I ain't worked no 8-hour days ever. Probably there were days where they literally would have to tell me, slow down, calm down, go home. And I'm like, fuck no. I know how y'all people do. I work hard, you penalize me for it. I don't work hard, you penalize me for it. Bada bing, bada boom, what happened? So, I was always trying to put in extra work. And I also knew a couple other things. I knew I did not have legal jargon. I didn't have legal sequently, subsequently, purportedly, whatever. I didn't have these terms that all the lawyers were using with no issue. You know what I'm saying? All the police officers were using these terms with no issue. I worked around a lot of lawyers and police officers. So I had to work hard to what I would do is pull up other people's reports and read them. And I guess that ended up being an issue with one of my last managers. It was like, oh, stop copying and pasting them. And you're a habitual, he called me a habitual copy and paster or something. I was like, dog, that's a little bit too close. And I feel you. I know what the word means, but you may want to watch it. But people can be bold when they're states away on a Zoom call. You know what I'm saying? But you know how people do. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, what I was doing, I was pulling up other people's reports and essentially just kind of seeing how they wrote it. Because when I write my report, I know what I need to put in there, or what at least I thought I knew what I needed to put in there, but then come back with these dickhead managers be like, oh no, this is unnecessary and you should have put this in there. And I'm like, dude, listen, bitch, listen. I just started this job a year ago, literally. All right. So chill the fuck out. But they didn't want to be on that. So um you got all this going on, right? So you got so I get $90,000, right? Typically, you work a 40-hour work week. Let's just keep it like that. I know a lot of us we not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put in that extra time. Yeah, it's all the minorities. I'm not trying to say nothing against the Caucasians, but the Asians, they put in extra work. Latinos putting in or Hispanics putting in extra work. Blacks trying to put in extra work. I know some people say, no, black people are lazy. Stop watching so much damn reality TV. If black people are so lazy, then why the fuck is everybody watching us all day, every day? Like we're on TV all day, every day. We're in all the corporations, and we only make up 13% of the population. You know what I'm saying? With every group against black people. I'm sorry, as they call us blacks, but in a couple years, I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna have a new name. They're gonna call us, I don't know, copper. You know, so with every group against us, name one group that's not against blacks. Even blacks sometimes are against blacks. All right. So, but let's say you work a 40-hour work week. Typically, there's going to be 2,080 hours in 1 year. So let's say we make $90,000 a year, which that's not even average. Average is like half that, like 45, 50. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to say $90,000. That's not six figures. I need to date a baller. Stop watching so many TikToks or YouTube shorts or like Sam Sam Walton, not Sam Walton. Walmart has tons of employees. Tons of employees. They have possibly the most employees. Um uh I don't know, liquor stores, gas stations, retail stores. And who do you see in there? No offense. You see high school, college kids, and you see some older individuals. And of course, young people will say stupid shit out their mouth, like, how are you able to afford your house? We work the same job. Bitch, she's fucking 80 years old, and you're 20, and you expect to be on her level? Fucking dumbass. But whatever, regardless. Um, but there are things that happen in circumstances, divorces, people get sick, and it's six figures to they need a heart transplant or something. Somebody goes to jail, and you take out a loan against your house or something, or whatever it is. Things happen in life, and people have their different circumstances, and they got to go back to work. So let's just to say $90,000. So you take the $90,000 and you divide that by 2080. So that's $43 an hour. That's not bad, right? You got people making $10, $26. You get $43 an hour. You're like, oh shit, I'm doing big shit. All right, so it's $43 an hour. All right, typically we work 8-hour days. Okay, 8 hours. All right, that's approximately $346 a day. Take that 346. Let's say that, you know what I'm saying, you get paid bi-weekly. That's 14 days. No, I'm sorry, that's 10 days. I'm sorry. 10 days. Approximately your checks are about $3,400 every 2 weeks. All right, we times that by two, you can see what you make in the month, which is approximately about 7 grand. So you make about 7 grand in the month. All right. So that that is great. People say 7 grand in a month. That's fantastic. Once you got all your expenses and your miscellaneous and everything, that's great. 40, what was it? $43 an hour times eight. It's approximately about $344 in one day. So the thing that got me cooking in the markets, but I got all these. The thing I got going on is all these bills. All these bills are piling up. and then I got personal issues going on where I'm kind of being sabotaged. People are trying to really work on sabotaging me. So things are getting really tough. But let's say, I know this sounds crazy because it's going to be like, come on, dog, who got $20,000 chilling, right? Now, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some all day, every day. This isn't going to be every day you make $600. That's insane, right? Hopefully that's the goal, and that's hopefully I'll get to that point where even when I mess up a trade, I can figure out how to fix it and then come out on top $200 or $300 and be like, screw it, I didn't make the 600 I want, or the $300 I want. But I'll be okay. But let's say you take $10,000. All right, I'm gonna do 10,000, and I'm gonna times that by. I don't even know the math in my head. I just started doing bar off a whim, and I was like, man, I feel like I did my people wrong. All they heard me today is trades I did. So let me try to do something. I do want to still touch on credit cards and whatnot, and bonds, and we got a lot of shit to touch on. We barely even scratched the surface. But let's say you got $10,000 and let's say you went all in, you put all your chips in on a trade. So let's say this trade cost, um, hmm, let's say the trade, let's say the stock was, and we're not even talking about options. This is just stocks. Because when you trade the stocks, the goal is hopefully not to lose more than you put in. If you put in 10 grand, hopefully you don't lose more than 10 grand. With options and stuff, it can go all over. You can lose more. You can risk more than you put in. Next thing you know, your life is over. You're working back at Walmart uh, for minimum wage because that's all Walmart does. Um, and I don't really want to do the pennies because you could do a penny, but pennies are hard because you really got to do your research. I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking into the mic. Uh, I'm trying to think of one real quick. Just give me 1 second. Um, let's say you found a decent, valuable company at like $16. So you take your 10,000, you divide it by 16. All right, because you found this stock at $16, 10 grand. All right. So you take your 10 grand, divide it by 16. Should be able to get approximately about 625 shares. All right, 625 shares. Now, um, let's say you made $1 per share. So the stock went up to $17 same day. After you did your research, you were like, "Oh, this is going to be bullish. I'm gonna make probably $1 today per trade." So you take the 10,000 divided by 17. I'm sorry. Let me see. 10,000. What am I now? I'm messing up. Doing my numbers wrong. Um, let me do. Okay, real quick. Sorry, my bad. So if you had 625 shares, right? 10,000 divided by $16, 625 shares. My bad. I'm losing my brain. Times it by one, you made $1 per share. You would make $625. Okay. Um, not saying this is going to happen every day, and not saying that everybody got 10 grand. All right, let's do 5 grand. Let's say you got 5 grand and you divide it by you just cut it in half. $16, approximately 312 shares. Okay, wow. Okay, so 312 shares, times $1. That's $300. And more so, what did we do for it? Is there a lot of research that goes into the market? Hell yeah. Have I been doing that research? Hell no, not yet. And that's why I'm fucking up and losing all my money and paying all these bills without making no money. Is there a lot of? I'm sure you heard the story of um, the young um, the young painter or construction worker who came and painted somebody's house and charged them dirt cheap and took all day. And then the old head came, took not long, an hour and charge triple, and they like, why I got paid so much? And the old head said, you didn't pay for my time, you paid for all my years and experience. That's essentially what it is with the market. Yeah, the market's open from 9:30 to 4, but that's not what it is. So you get your $312. Like, you put in probably more work than you would at a job. And I'm not saying any job. Some of us got some very strenuous jobs. And I'm not talking about essential workers. I'm not talking about, liquor stores. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not talking about, nurses, teachers, doctors, firemen, police officers, all them. Uh, I'm not talking about them at all. Those people, bow my head. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a situation where you've been saving up all your money, you know what I'm saying, working this job over and over and over, going to work, getting frustrated, feet hurt, knees hurt, uh, got to go. For me, I said, I'm tired of keep bumping my head against the same wall over and over at each company. Before, I didn't care, but when I actually worked a job that I liked and this shit happened, I said, man, something got to change. And then what else is going on? I'm not saving up for retirement like I would like to. I'm not saving up for my children's college like I would like to. Before me and my spouse started having issues, I wanted to upgrade her ring and I wanted to give her a proper ceremony, because I didn't give her a proper ceremony when we first got married. That's probably why she's still pissed off and getting ready to divorce me, you know. But I couldn't save up for these things properly. You know what I'm saying? Had to go around, ask my spouse for money. Hey, do you mind paying, the internet bill this month? Hey, do you mind, paying for this? And look, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these guys that are like, oh, I got to pay for everything, blah, blah, blah. No, she got to do her part too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, if you work these 40-hour weeks, you should have enough money. Man, I don't care if you want to buy a big ass bottle of Hennessy every day of the week. I mean, besides your health, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, your cannabis or your tobacco, or you like going to the movies or kayaking, hiking, whatever it is. If you want to do it every day and you want to go golfing, whatever, oh, golfing out here takes like 8 hours. But you work a 40-hour week, you should be able to pay your bills, live your life, and have a good time. One thing that everybody will say is time is one of the best resources in the world. All of us. I forgot what somebody said. If I if I gave you $10 million right now, would you take it? Yes. If I gave you $10 million right now, but I told you that you were going to die in a short amount of time, end of the week, something like that, would you take it? Some people may like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? But other people be like, hell nah. That's how much your time is worth. That's what you're worth. We may not think about it, me neither. Don't really think about it, but that's what we're worth. Our time is priceless. If I gave you $1 billion and said you're going to die tomorrow, I'll give you $1 billion right now, approximately 5:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This time tomorrow, 5:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to be dead. Now, some people will be like, you know what? I'm going to hurry up, put that shit in my mama's name. Shit, fuck it. She going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But some of us be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's how much time is worth. That's why corporations are sucking all your time up. Some people say there's only 24 hours in a day. That's not what corporations say. Corporations say we got thousands of hours in a day. Not our time, your time, and 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 your time. And put that all together, we got about 1,000 hours out of all y'all. Priceless. And all we had to do was give y'all 40K, 50K, 60K, 80K. All we cost you was your stress, your hypertension, your kidneys, your liver, all that shit. That's all it cost us. You know what I'm saying? That's all it cost you. So, and I'm not trying to persuade anybody to go and start trading the stock market. That's not what I'm saying. This is the reason why I'm taking an opportunity, taking a leap, and trying to buy some time and do this. Because if I can do this, let's say I take $312. Let's say we take the $312, right? And let's just times that by we know it's less than because if you're making $90,000 a year, we know that it's less. But let's take because it was $344 a day. So let's say I make $312 a day, and I'm gonna times that by 2080, the amount of hours most people work. So an annual salary, $312 a day. Now it's hard. This shit ain't easy in the market, but is anything easy? Is anything worth having easy? You know. So $312, and I'm gonna do 50 cents times 2080. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. No, that's crazy. 312.50 times 2080. No, I'm not doing this right. One second, give me 1 second. 300. No, what am I doing wrong? By 365. I'm sorry. Times that by 365. Is that 114,000? That don't make no sense. My math is kind of off right now. Is that 114,000? Not 365 because there's not that many trading days. So I have to figure out how many trading days it is. Um, what's 5 times 52 weeks? That's 260. Okay, so let me do 312.50 times, what was that again? 200 and what? 260. All right, so I'm gonna times 312 because that's how many trading days we'll probably have. 260. So, all right, enter. That's about 81K. You know, and what did we do? What did we do for it? I'm spending time with the family. I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. I'm not stressed out more than I stress myself out. Don't really create my own schedule. Not to mention, I can still go do Uber if I wanted to. Currently, I'm in a situation where I got like a certain amount of miles on my car that I can use a year. I was about to sign up for Uber, and then it was like, yeah, you only got like 10,000 miles a year. You do Uber, you're probably gonna run through all that. And I'm like, damn. So, you know, so but could do Uber on the side, trade your stocks, and then also could do other shit as well. Do little training sessions where you're not breaching any FINRA or SEC violation or regulations. And you could take that 81 and change it to whatever you want. Going to the restaurants, going to the bars, whatever you want to do, doing Uber, bringing an extra few K. Next thing you know, you start asking yourself, what was I doing? I'll ask myself. I'm not saying you ask yourself. I ask myself, what was I doing? What was I doing? I was working 14, 16-hour days, neglecting my family. Look at everything that's going around. Boxes everywhere, things getting packed up, spouse leaving, children pissed because all they remember is me being on my laptop working. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I would go to the extracurricular activities and everything, but you know what I'm saying? It was tired, stressed, couldn't wait to get back home so I could hop back on the laptop and try to get one more report done. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that there's not valuable people that need to do this shit. That you know what I'm saying? It's just more so me, myself, why I'm taking time to say, you know what, I'm gonna try to learn this stock market. I've invested so much time into so much other people and so many other corporations, let me just go ahead and take a little time and try to invest in myself. And if I lose it all, at least like Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Um, I'd be willing to risk it like that. And I know people would say, "Well, you're gambling." Nah, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. But maybe I'll go to the casino one day. Well, that's gonna be it for me right now. I know that wasn't much, but I want to thank anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick with your man Chan Man. I appreciate it. God bless. This is Chan Man. This is House of Barf.